Let's go with vlog number 2. Today I want to talk about my very first dance job out of college. I did a lot in college, but I think that's a separate journey I could talk about later sometime, I suppose. So, yeah, let's talk about my first job. I graduated in April 2023, and in June 2023, I catch a plane to Chicago, get on a bus that took me to Decatur, Michigan, so I could crash land in the middle of literally nowhere, Michigan, at a camp called Lake of the Woods and Greenwoods Camps. I get there, we have a staff week, it's really fun, so it's just all the staff, the 20-somethings, whatever, running around camp, having debaucherous time, an absolute debaucherous time. And I'm one of those people that loves that experience, okay? I loved getting drunk with my friends in the woods, and since we were in a cabin, like, we were at summer camp, so we got to stay up and giggle and, like, be at summer camp for a week. It was really fun. And then the children got there, and it was so hard the first week when we actually had kids, because you live full-time in the cabin with kids. I had 14-year-olds, and I had like 17, 18 of them in my cabin. I had 3 other co-counselors. But it was really, really, really hard. On top of living with these kids, you're teaching your classes during the day. And it's not a dance-related camp. It's kind of a general camp. Lots of the kids go there to be on the waterfront, so you're getting like really small classes. You're teaching mostly little kids because the older kids want to like go wakeboarding or ride horses, which honestly, same. Anyways, I taught hip-hop, jazz, ballet, cheer, and I helped teach gymnastics. I had kids from like 7 or 8 years old to 14 and 15. Like I said, I mostly had younger kids, some like middle schoolers. But each class taught me something very, very different. And you don't get time to like lesson plan and stuff. I had to take time out of my days to make appropriate playlists for the kids. But there was 3 standout classes that I still remember very vividly, that really, really pushed me as a teacher to further understand like adjusting and working on the fly. Because this is not like I'm going to teach a warm-up, a center, and then a combo at the end. It's, especially with the younger kids, it's like, I'm going to entertain you with all of these dance games until the end. And also, we have to make sure you have a routine for the showcase that you have at the end of each session. There's 2, because the summer camp is like the 3 months of the summer, basically. I had this group of girls. There's 5 of them, and they're all 7 or 8, and they're screaming. They're a nightmare. I get in there the first day, and I'm tearing my hair out. I'm like trying to establish order. None of them are listening to me. The dance studio is concrete floor in like a shed, basically, with a rickety bar on one end, a mirror on one end, and then 2 open walls. One has a big net on it because the dance studio is located on a golf course, by the way, because that's one of the other activities that we offer. One of these little girls, I'll never forget, runs out into the golf course while they're playing golf. And I'm losing my mind. I'm like, oh my God, this child is going to get hurt and I'm going to get fired. Long story short, she didn't, and I didn't get fired. And sometimes those golfers would hit the dance studio on purpose because they thought it was funny to make the kids scream, which I hated. So that class ended up being one of my most fulfilling, because I kind of had to learn about give and take with 8-year-olds but sometimes kids be really teaching me more than adults. And we got to make a pancake robot dance. And I remember one day they brought cardboard box and gray paint. And we got to paint our little robot together and rehearse our dance that they made completely on their own. And I just learned that kids have so much creativity available to them. And sometimes, like, you don't need to teach anything. You just need to help bring out qualities that the kids are already good at and are interested in. My second standout class was these two, literally just two girls. I mean, there was a third, but she never danced. She would come to just sit and hang out, which I was like, whatever. Like, just sit there, I guess, bruh. But it started off as a ballet class. I taught them a ballet class. One was a figure skater, one was a dancer. And I could tell ballet just wasn't their thing. So I was like, okay, I gotta try something different. And it ended up turning into a jazz class, and I set a combo on them to Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z. And they loved it. Like, I just pulled out some of my Giordano/studio jazz stuff that I had learned way back in high school and did a little bit of in college. But they loved it, and that taught me to just adjust as you go, and again, just bring out what they already wanted to learn. And it was so exciting to come to class, and they were like, okay, let's hurry and get through the warm-up so we can work on our dance. And they really loved it. So the third class that I taught was actually a private. I got to coach a few private lessons. I got paid extra for it too, which is good. You should be getting paid extra for your private lessons. But yeah, basically we got sent a video from her parents to learn like an audition combo, and I helped her memorize it and clean it up, and she got on her dance company. And it was really hard though, because her attitude was like, oh, I don't want to do it, I just want to sleep. And I'm like, girl, if you really want to be on a dance team, then you have to show up. So it was a little more challenging in the sense of like, I need to watch her specifically and push her. But it all paid off in the end, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. And she got on our dance team, and it made me feel validated, made her feel validated. It was just magical. It was magical. And at the end of the summer, the camps do these big relay games, and like just a 3-day huge event where classes stop, everyone's like packing to go home, and you do this just like big event for 3 days, and it ends up in a relay obstacle course that everyone competes to win, blah 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 blah. But they choose campers to be in charge of these teams, so they split the camp into 2 teams, and then they choose senior campers to be captains, and then 2 counselors to be what's called advisors. And it's a huge honor at camp. Camp is kind of culty. Actually, it's basically a cult. But after working my ass off all summer, I got to be one of the team's advisors, and I got a whistle put around my neck around a bonfire in the middle of the night, and everyone was screaming. But the best part was like all the kids rushing up to me and just like being so excited that I was basically their mom for 3 days. And they would put me in their little costumes, and I'd run around, because I was blue team advisor, I'd run around in all blue and just cheer my kids on for 3 days. And it boosted my self-confidence so much. It was like up there, yo, like. But basically I killed it. I also kind of fell in love that summer. I had a whole emotional side quest, made a ton of friends, And I got invited to stay for post camp, which is like when we rent out the cabins to another group that comes in, and then all the staff still run activities, but then move into staff cabins together. So you're basically back in college and hanging out with your friends, except you have no responsibilities except to run your activities during the day and be feral and free at night. So my first job post-college spoiled me so much because I got to work my ass off at dance, but I also got to just like remember what it is about life and dance that I love. One thing that really started to get to me though was we would have to do all these ridiculous performances for the kids in competition because we'd have evening programs. I had to do so many dances because everyone was like, you're a dancer, you're gonna help us win, because of course you have to win these things. And I wore some of the most ridiculous costumes on earth. I had to do a lip sync battle as Selena Gomez and I can't remember who else. And then I got to dress up as Tony Hawk as one of the judges, and some of the kids didn't even know who Tony Hawk was, so that depressed me. I just remember sitting up there towards the end of it, because you kind of go into psychosis, to be honest. Living with kids that aren't yours, like hundreds of them, for a few months, and I just remember sitting there going like, oh my God, I hate all of this. Because all they want to do is TikTok dances. I'm sorry, all of their dances were bad. All of them were so bad. It just kind of, while I was really, really grateful for the job towards the end, I was like, okay, I'm getting stir crazy. I want to like dance. I want to do some real dancing. So camp ends. I obviously cry, okay, because it was an adventure of a lifetime for me. And we all get in the car and drive back to Chicago. And the next day I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to go to company class because I'm in Chicago. I'm in Chicago where people dance. And I hit up Visceral Dance Center, excuse me, and took class with Chicago Dance Crash. And I have a huge crush on them now, movement-wise, because they are a contemporary company who break dances. So they're a hip-hop company that does contemporary. It doesn't matter. They're really, really cool. Chicago Dance Crash. Overall, this experience like really just gave me the confidence in myself as a teacher. Gave me more tools, especially working with younger kids is a lot different. And it gave me the confidence to go move to New Zealand and start doing some really amazing things there. But that would take me like 3 hours to tell in depth, so it's not for right now. But I love Lake of the Woods Camp so much. So grateful for that place. It kind of kick-started my freelance life unintentionally. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into that first week of June 2023 in Decatur, Michigan. So my advice, if you're into feral times and you want to travel and get paid for it and meet a bunch of people from all over the world, go work at a summer camp, bro. Just do it.